Many people won't know what I just signed. This topic should be important to you as learning American Sign Language, or ASL, is a great tool for students to have throughout school and life. American Sign Language can help students communicate or process what is being said to them and help create inclusive settings in daily life. To illustrate this, we will look at the many benefits of learning ASL and the ability of students to learn sign language. American Sign Language, along with those who utilize it, is often forgotten or left behind. Being a main form of communication, many things such as movies, restaurants, public outings, public transportation, and more are often inaccessible to those people. An article published by Day Interpreting by Selden Smith on July 31st, 2021 says, by recognizing and embracing the beauty and functionality of sign language and inclusivity, we can create a more inclusive society that values and respects diverse ways individuals communicate. To begin, American Sign Language has many benefits. ASL is known as being a main form of communication for deaf people, and ASL is also a tool that can be used to help students and people with communication issues, such as people who are nonverbal, paraverbal, or have a disability that stops them from communicating. In learning ASL, we work to close a communication gap that excludes many students and people who have no other way of communication. An article published by Fraser blog written by Ulsizer and Ng on April 11th, 2024 states, learning to value complementary forms of communication helps ease the burden on those who may struggle with verbal communication. By adding visual communication, all students will be better able to work and play together by creating more inclusive settings and classrooms. Teachers using ASL will also be able to get their point across easier to those who may have a processing disorder or just need a little extra support in those areas. This is also extremely beneficial for students who don't, as they are learning and also seeing what you are wanting them to do. So more than one way of communication is proven in studies to be very beneficial for all students. Another benefit of students being taught ASL is knowing a second language that follows them into their adult lives is extremely helpful when looking for jobs. In many fields, especially those requiring you to communicate with different types of people, knowing ASL can be a bonus to employers as they look for people who have second language and can communicate more effectively with more members that they want to reach. According to an article published by Kent State titled The 10 Benefits of ASL, with no author or date listed, many organizations value employees who can bridge gaps in communication with deaf clients or colleagues. Moving on to our next point, the earlier in life people begin to learn a new language, the better. According to an article by Adorno by Bridget Shine, published on June 21st, 2026, primary school age, 6 to 12 years. At this age, children are able to understand more complex language structures and can already communicate in simple ways. Starting school is often a good time to begin formal language instruction. Around this age range, they are less likely to focus on the more complex or conscious parts of communication and the unconscious, making learning much easier. Another point to this is that before the age of 12, you are still creating learning pathways in your brain, so being able to add those second languages or gestures that go along with ASL are easier to learn, as we are not trying to create a new learning pathway in our brains as many adults would. So many studies have found that this helps foster more long-term memorization and longer time of use. As younger children's brains are still forming, they begin learning earlier, according to an article published and written by Parent Co. on July 26, 2021. Research has shown that 50% of our ability to learn is developed by age 4 and another 30% by age 8, going to prove that learning a new language earlier is better or creates more functionalism in the way we learn. If we begin teaching students in schools ASL, even just the alphabet, like seen here in this document, or daily signs, we create a more inclusive setting in schools. One way to begin teaching a curriculum in ASL, or to use or teach yourself or your students some basic sign in everyday life, is by using a website called Signing Savvy. This website was created, and you may search any word needed or you find necessary to create a more inclusive communication. By typing in the word, it pulls up a video of the multiple ways you're able to sign. So, in conclusion, American Sign Language can help students communicate or process what is being said to them and create more inclusive settings. To illustrate this, we looked at the many benefits of students learning ASL and the ability of students to learn a language. In conclusion, ASL is an important tool that should be taught in schools and that will follow those who know it and learn it throughout the rest of their adult life. Thank you.